Alright everyone, I am back with a brand new Anti-Snyder video, and yes, I copied the intro from my reviewer Aaron Fisher because he did an intro every single time in every single DC update video because I think he's a hypocrite YouTuber. You didn't support Zack Snyder. Oh, I mean Hack Snyder because he's a useless YouTubers I don't trust. So don't subscribe to him. He's You need to block him. So yeah. All right. So this video is a response for my good friend of mine named Jake Ali from Studio Jake, who did a vidcast about the new DCU Supergirl movie, who had a name change to Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow to simply Supergirl. It was I think this is it was a fit title, like did in the same vein as he changed to Superman Legacy to simply Superman. So I think the reason this DCU Supergirl movie is going to be good because I know Tom King was a terrible writer and he was for DC and especially the former CIA. But yeah, Jake Ali didn't like it, and myself included. But for me, I respect Tom King is a good writer, well, comic book writer, but he's not a he's a terrible writer. But I think even a writer, but even replaced by some different writer. I'm not talking about Frank Miller. Trust me. Well, I probably know that James Gunn said DCU was already a mediocre start, and yes, Christian Credentials was to sex on HBO Max, formerly Max, but so yeah, I think Snyder Cultists were not happy for that. But I think the Gunn Superman movie was going to be a full start of the DCU in 3 weeks away because they had I got a lot of new movie. It's going to be a massive. This is going to be a massive because Gunn Superman movie was going to be a new beginning of DCU after the failure of the Snyderverse or DCEU because let's be honest, Zack Snyder is a hack, as Jigga Ellis said. So I think the failure of nobody saw Man of Steel, nobody saw BVS, and especially Ultra Edition was released on DVD, whatever it is, and nobody saw Snyder Cut of Justice League on HBO Max for no apparent reason because Gunn's The Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 1984, that latter was a terrible film, but I think the movie. But I hope Wonder Woman DCU Wonder Woman was going to be better than Miss Karen No Go. So let's see what happens. But even the people were sick and tired of DCU, and especially from the Snyder cultists. Like after the failure of Red Moon, the original cut and director's cut on Netflix, people hating about Snyder cultists, Zack Snyder in general, is pretty much terrible. But for me, I'm excited for the new James Gunn Superman movie, which is going to be because James Gunn is a way better filmmaker than Zack Snyder, or Hack Snyder as they call it. But we'll already know. And even the next year, we had two projects, and the Supergirl movie and the Clayface movie. And look, and not even this movie is not ripping off the Substance movie because it stars Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, the girl from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You've seen it. But no, this is original thing. Clayface's movie is an original thing. It's not rip off the Substance movie. Or, we got it even better. Watch Toxic Avenger movie. The original one. I know James Gunn working before at Trauma Entertainment, and now I know this is ripping off, but you need to shut up. Snyder cultist, okay? Anyway, that said, there's an actress on this new DCU Supergirl movie was Millie Alcock. Look, I respect Millie Alcock was a great actress, and yes, unlike Snyder called to say, "Oh, this is a terrible actress." I really hated House of Dragon series, and Cyrus miniseries too was pretty much this is gonna be a terrible indeed DCU Supergirl movie. Now, I think Millie Alcock is a good actress, even unlike say Sasha Calle or Taylor Slater, but this is going to be a better actress than the Miss Kale No Go. Yes, it was Kale Godot. Deal with it. But I would say I think he had an acting resume. He had before Supergirl. He had an acting resume. He was in House of the Dragon series with his Game of Thrones spinoff, and I think it was a compete with at the time with Lord of the Rings Rings of Power series on Prime Video. And let's be honest, House of the Dragon series is way better than Lord of the Rings Winter Power series. I digress. And she's in the Showers miniseries from Netflix alongside Kevin Bacon and Julianne Moore. Because my buddy Johnny Doe made a live stream about that series, so link in the description. But I think Mini Ackle was going to be good as Supergirl. He didn't have a girl boss or wokeness, all that stuff like they with Superman. But yeah, and even this movie didn't have the alternative politics or wokeness. So we hope between Superman and Supergirl movie, this is going to be more different. So unlike woke or broke thing. So we'll see. But even Mini Aqua was going to be great. Even though they included a cameo at the end of the James Gunn Superman movie. Spoilers alert. So I hope we see why. And even before that, and I also respect to Heather Slater. Yeah, he's a terrible Supergirl, but it's fine. I mean, I respect Heather Slater. Got good feelings. Even the movie got terrible, but I respect Heather Slater was pretty much the difference between Shasta Kale was a terrible Supergirl from the Flash movie, or as Snyder called The Flash. But I think that Heather Slater is pretty much the childhood hero of the 80s. And that's not even say Heather Slater is a terrible actress, but he had a lot of decent projects. One of which was A House in the Hills. Now, if you know, a YouTuber you probably never heard of is Good Bad Flicks. He did a lot of videos about the video movies about from 80s, 90s, and like genre bending films, mostly in a series like Explored and 5 Overlooked Films and Forgettable TV shows. So I think that one video was called 5 Overlooked Films, Episode 25, Erotic Thrillers. Now, A House in the Hills it was an underrated film, but it stars alongside Michael Madison. Yes, Quentin Tarantino's frequent collaborator. Was playing as Mickey, not Mickey Rourke, and Heather Slater's play and Alex Weaver. So according to Wikipedia, said Alex Spider actress working as a waitress to make ends meet to agree that, and you know, right? But actually no. Let me show the clip from Good Bad Flicks video about that.
A House in the Hills. If you ever want to see Supergirl naked, well, here you go. You're welcome. A House in the Hills is an erotic thriller from director Ken Wiederhorn. It's about aspiring actress Alex, played by Helen Slater, who takes a job house-sitting a mansion for the weekend. The house next door recently had a break-in and murder, which has Alex on edge the entire time. Things go sideways when a thief, played by Michael Madsen, breaks in and takes her captive. Is he the one responsible for the murder next door? To make things more complicated, Alex is kind of attracted to him despite all of this.
So there we go. That's a clip. And I can show the whole thing because before they got copyright claimed by YouTube. So I highly recommend to check out the video and in the description below. And please subscribe to Good Bad Flicks. He did a lot of videos and series about the genre bending movies, mostly from the Explorer to 5 Overlooked Films, like I said, Forgettable TV shows, and Explorer. And yes, it even included Explorer Man of Steel, because it was a terrible film, it underperformed the box office, and because Henry Cavill can act in Superman, yeah, you know the rest. But you just check out in the description below. But I think it's been released on home video, even though not released in theaters. But in fact, this movie is released in direct-to-video. But in fact, I found this thing. I found the VHS cover of the House on the Hill was actually as a Swedish VHS print of that. So let me show you right here. That there he is. I can see it, and over there, this is from SF, and it's a Swedish film company who's responsible for Ingmar Bergman films and all that stuff. But and then it was in fact it was a public favorite of the Stockholm Film Festival in 1983. That that made no sense. This it released seriously. It released on home video. This movie is released in direct-to-video form because this is nothing to do with the film festival. Or say, oh, I saw the movie. That was awesome. And then all of a sudden, this movie is released on home video. I'm like, what the heck? Are you serious? Anyway, but I think that movie is a cult classic. But you should check out on streaming like Tubi or any else. So I don't know how to recommend, and especially Haley Snyder's performance along with Mikey Madison. So you can buy on video or maybe on streaming. So yeah, but I digress. But I think the Haley Snyder's career is pretty much mixed feelings. So go on Wikipedia. But nevertheless, what was I talking? Oh yeah, DCU Supergirl movie. But I think that Mini Alco was going to be better as Supergirl. Like unlike Haley Snyder and Melissa Dintonist and unfortunately Sasha Kale, I think Mini Echo was going to be better as a Supergirl. And like he's blonde, he's from British, and yes, and much like David Corspread, was in fact Australian, has to do with like acting range. Yeah, Yeah, look, I know the Snyder cultist for all places that even if David Corspread was a terrible actor, it might go be box office flop because he's a terrible actor. You've seen a movie, you've seen Pearl or Twisters, and any working with of the American Horror Story and Glee and with Ryan Murphy. But yeah, I know you need to shut the hell up. And I think Miri Ako was a good be better actress. Like he's a good be star. You've seen Sirens and House of the Dragon series. But I think Jacob said this movie is going to be a flop. He blamed all the Snyder cultness. People blame about these. Oh, Hack Snyder's never going back to DC for now, or DC is dead. But we'll focus on the. We not bring Zack Snyder back. We focus on the Batman stuff with Matt Reeves. But no, I need to say you need to shut the heck up. I think this movie is going to be good. But no, I don't keep hating about this thing. Snyder Brothers need to move on of the dead universe. But for me, I respected Gunn's DCU is good. It was going to be better than the Hell Snyderverse, and especially anyone would say MCU because MCU is now doing those days now. So, but for me, if James Gunn's Superman movie was going to be success, it continued DCU for now. It's still making DC studios for now, even the my follow background see, unlike some idiot named David Zaslav. If James Gunn's Superman movies flopped, we know DCU is over. We not bring Zack Snyder back. We only focus on the Batman stuff with Matt Reeves. So that's what we know. And I respect the new DCU is going to be good. If Snyder voters will boycott this DCU, I think it is time to block everything. Like Snyder bots, like, the mutant monkeys, like did it in the movie. Spoiler alert. But I digress. But I think Mini Cook was going to be a good without wokeness, girl boss, and all that stuff. So, but I think they also mentioned that Jason Momoa is going to be as Lobo in the DCU Supergirl movie because in the past he played Aquaman, was pretty much it was a Snyder thing, but for now he wanted to be dream as playing as Lobo, but even then because Jason Momoa is a star now and Unity Snyder Coders need to shut the heck up. So we'll wait to see. But I hope DCU Supergirl movie was going to be good without unfavorable politics, wokeness, and girl boss thing. But I think this movie is going to be better. If DCU is going to be successful, the Snyderverse is not going to happen ever again. So that's a video for today. Shout out to Jake Ali from Studio Jake. He's a great YouTuber. He's in fact he's Christian. He did a lot of stuff for portraying a pop culture and faith stuff talks, and even had a website. So you check out on the YouTube channel in the description below, and go on website studiojake.substack.com in the description below, and also other links too. So subscribe to Studio Jake, and props to you, Jacob. We respect you. Maybe doing a shout out someday in your recast. Who knows? But for me, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share your friends, leave a comment below, and until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and remember, Snyderverse is dead, move on, Wallace open, July 11th. Take care, everyone. See ya.